Are silver kilo coins worth it? Well, that's what we're talking about today. And if you've ever been interested in a kilo coin, well, stick around.
What do you do, carry a kilo around in your purse?
Welcome back to the channel, y'all. Thank you so much for being here today. We are looking at kilo coins today. Kilo coins are made throughout the world, and they all are amazing. Not that they're the best investments, but they are some of the most beautiful coins you will ever come by. But that's not what we're talking about today, the beauty of them. We're talking about whether they're worth it or not. First, let's get into what the kilo coin is. As you can see right here, sometimes people call it a hockey puck coin because that's kind of the shape or size that it is, but it is rather thick, quite large, and the details, I mean, it's just crazy what they can do whenever they're given this much room on a coin. These kilo coins, and really most of them, are either made of 3/9 fine or 4/9 fine silver, so they're all very, very pure silver. And they're usually used as a investment tool or a collector's piece, because you can buy a piece of just kilo bullion for a lot less expensive than you can a kilo coin. But let's talk about some of the benefits of a silver kilo coin. First of all, their intrinsic value. They do have a kilo of silver, so they're definitely worth whatever a kilo of spot price silver is. And that's a great backing to start with these kilo coins, because you can't go wrong with a kilo of silver. But the collectible appeal is really the largest benefit of kilo coins. They have limited mintages, intricate designs, and a lot of cultural significance. For example, let's see what we got here. This kilo coin right here, this is the least rare of the ones I have. It's limited to, I believe, 20,000 right here. That's a 2019 silver panda. But then we get over here to this 2022 kilo panda, and now we're looking at 10,000 minted worldwide, so a little less than the last one. And then this here in the middle, which is the Moon Festival kilo, this coin actually only has 2,000 in the world, so that makes it widely collectible and largely sought after. So you can see how, other than just regular silver bullion kilo, these can hold and grow a premium very easily over time, because less and less available become for sale due to the limited quantity that is produced, and really the high demand of some of these coins. As we go down here and look at some of these Libertads that I have, this one is a proof. There's supposedly about 500 of these minted, pretty rare, as well as 500 minted of these kilo coins as well. That's a 2023 Libertad. And now on the less rare side, this is a 2015 kilo Libertad with 2,000 minted. So all this goes to show that the reason kilo coins are highly sought after is because of the limited production of them, and the fact that they do include that intrinsic value of 1 kilo of silver. And this is one of the big things that I'm an advocate of. I am a true silver stacker in that I do stack generic bullion. I also stack tons of constitutional silver, because I believe stacking the weight of silver is very important, because as spot price grows, those prices will increase. But I also like to balance that with collectible pieces or limited run pieces like these that you see here, because if silver spot price fluctuates a little bit, these usually aren't affected by that, and primarily they're priced due to demand. And if you can get one that there's only 500 of, or even 2,000 of in this case, the demand is very large. And so you can still get high premiums out of them. You can get growing premiums out of them. This one right here, from the time I bought it to the time that it is today, as I look at eBay sales, the premium has grown almost $1,000 on the resale of this since when I bought it. So while you do have to pay a premium up front, that's how I'm talking about balancing my stack with not just the weight of silver, but also strategic investments in limited edition silver pieces that are highly sought after in multiple cultures across the world. Now, there are downside risks in, getting a kilo coin. And the most apparent one is the upfront cost. Like I said, today, as of, May 12th, you can get a piece of silver bullion kilo for probably about $1,100. Now, I think this one right here was the least expensive one as I researched today, and you can buy this kilo coin for probably $1,600. So, that's not too far off a spot considering what it is, but it is a hefty premium for sure. But like I paid a premium for this one right here, I've already seen that premium double since the time I purchased it, and the spot price of silver has definitely not doubled in that time. The other issue with some of these kilo coins is that they will be harder to liquidate. If you go to sell them at your local coin shop, they're likely only going to pay you spot price for the amount of silver in here. So your local coin shop usually is not the best place to liquidate a 1 kilo silver coin. You're going to want a more direct route to your customer, whether that be at a proper auction house, or you're selling it on eBay, or you just know of the community around you of silver stackers, of someone who might be interested in something like this. So it's very important to get a sense of that silver community and also know how to liquidate things outside of just your local coin shop or pawn shop, because that is what will serve you best if we're talking about kilo silver coins. And the other issue, an obvious downside, and it could be debated whether it is or not, but storing these things does take up a lot of room. But when you think about it, a kilo is just over 32 ounces of silver. So, the size, really, you got a really compact piece of silver right here. It would take 32 coins to replace this. And 32 coins, that would be definitely more than one tube of coins being stored. So, yes, it is sometimes an awkward and bulky shape, but it can have challenges for storage. But you also got to keep in mind the amount of silver that you're actually packing in there. Now let's talk about a few of the key factors to consider before buying a piece of kilo coinage. I have kilo bars, and I love the way they stack, and I like the weight of them. But whenever it comes to purchasing a kilo coin, you really have to understand what the investment goals are, if they're a long-term hold or if they're short-term speculation. For me, all of these are a long-term hold. And, that's how I believe with the scarcity, the rarity of these, it'll show better over time with those premiums and with the silver spot price that the long-term investment route will really serve me best. But in the short term, with this coin, for example, I could easily flip it and make $1,000. Definitely not what I want to do, but in some cases, you can see premiums spike if demand spikes, and that's what happened with this coin right here. And as always, it's important to buy them from trusted sources. One of the better things about silver kilo coins is truly that I haven't heard much or anything at all really about these coins being faked. Now, there may be some out there, but the trouble that someone would have to go to replicate the quality of these coins would be quite challenging whenever they could just make more money off of flipping fake Morgan dollars. So You do have to buy them from a trusted dealer, but sometimes in the cases of these coins, I find that it would be very challenging to produce something as high quality as this as a fake. So that's, I guess, a pro and a con to consider before buying. And I mean, if you have a limited budget, it's probably not the best idea to stack a kilo coin. The best thing to do on a limited budget, in my opinion, is to just stack the weight as economical as possible. Now, I mean, this isn't financial advice. This is just what I do in my circumstance. While these coins look pretty and you can see them on display here, they really are just a small piece of the silver collection, where a lot of my focus is stacking the weight of silver. So don't get that wrong. Now, the big question that we have to ask is, are these coins actually worth it? In my opinion, they are. And for me, they are because the scarcity and rarity of them and the high demand of them. So I believe, as I said before, stacking things like this in addition to just generic silver helps round out my portfolio to not have to live and die by the spot price of silver, but also be able to grow on rarer coins with the premiums they have. So that's how I like to balance and diversify my silver stack. In that way, they're worth it to me. But if you're just stacking silver for the weight, I would definitely say these things are not worth it. You're going to be paying $500 over what a kilo will cost for one of these things easily. And that's just $500 that you could have used to stack in more silver weight if, the weight is what you're after. So let me know, do you guys have any kilo coins? And are you happy with that purchase, or do you regret it? Because it's important information to know and to share with the community. I'm Nose for Silver. I hope you like this video, and I really want to hear what you have to say about kilo coins and the premium associated with them. Thank you so much for watching. Please click that subscribe button. I'm a new channel here. We just passed 1,000 subscribers, and every little bit helps because we're trying to grow and share the word of silver to the world. Thank you so much for being here. We'll see you next time with more silver on the table.